Hi, everybody. Welcome to the brand new 2026 Golden Girls Coffee Klatch with my beautiful Golden Girls sisters, Marina, also known as Sophia, Cleo, also known as Dorothy, and Judy,
I'm just
the
the
cousin.
cousins.
And I'm Sherry, also known as Blanche. So
That's
I
just
went
cousin.
blank. I forgot how we had you listed there because your thingy's not changed. That's what threw
Oh,
me off.
yeah, there should be.
So I have no idea what's happened politically in the world.
Yeah.
I have been kind of ignoring the news because every time it seems like I turn it on, it's something with the current occupant, and I'm like, no, I can't deal with it today. And I'll
Uh-huh.
change it to something else.
Yeah.
So I guess the
Yeah.
holidays. Let me enjoy the holidays a little bit. So if y'all have any questions, throw them in there. Let us know. Uh, in the meantime, Miss Marina, what do you have coming up? What's going on your channel and all that good stuff?
Well, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I've got Jean of Sunpsychic Jean who's going to join me. Looking forward to that. And on Sunday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I've got Michelle Marie. We finally were able to hook up a time when we were not doing shows at the same time. So, yeah, looking
Yeah.
forward to that. And then at 5 p.m., I'm supposed to have Andrew Giorgio on. Now, I haven't really confirmed with him. It's from the last time that we said, yeah, we're going to do this. So I'm hoping that it goes, and yeah, we'll have a chance to see him. And for those of you that, haha, if you don't know or you're not familiar with Andrew Giorgio, you may not know him, but he's touched each and every one of you because he is not only the Andrew and Nikki skincare creator, fabulous line, but he is also the genius behind my intro video. And I think,
My intro video.
yes, and he's going to be, he did one for Trish James. Fabulous.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, so you've all been touched by him. So I thought it would be really fun to get together with him and just catch up, see how things are going, find out what's happening with him.
Did you get the new mask yet?
Not yet. He is sending it out to me. The problem is that it has a lithium battery in it. And apparently there's only certain shippers who can handle the lithium battery coming across
Yeah.
the border. So I'm waiting patiently. But yeah, so far his product is just
I got mine
out of this world.
2 weeks ago, and I've done like 4 sessions with it at the
Mhm.
max level
Yes.
because there's different frequencies from just red light to infrared light to combined of the two, and
Yeah.
then max levels with those. And so I thought, I need all the help I can get. We're going to shoot it up on max for everything. And the thing turns off on its own. So it's like you put it
Yes.
on, you click it, you kick back, and you don't have to worry about setting a timer. It will turn off after 10
Yes.
minutes. So that's kind of nice. And I have started noticing some of the deep grooves I was getting in my forehead are not as deep as they
Yes.
were. They seem to be like kind of going away a little bit. I was like, okay, you got me
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we'll
that's
see.
what happens when I put my hair up in a ponytail. It's amazing. The lines that disappear. Yeah.
Oh
Hi,
yeah,
everybody.
whenever I do put
Yeah.
everything up, it's like, oh look, I don't. Where'd the wrinkles
Yes.
go?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I know one of my AI pictures that I've done up, and somebody said something about, well, that doesn't look like you. I said, well, that's because it's my AI facelift picture.
Yes. Yeah.
That's how I want to look, not how I really look. It's,
Yes. Yeah.
so, yeah, Andrew's amazing. He really is. And I know I know Mel has been sick, and the other day when I talked to Mel, he was saying something about Andrew had been sick,
Oh
and then
no.
I know Linda was sick, and so
Yes.
it's like, okay, y'all got to quit sharing the germs, because you're just making each other sick. They're in three different areas of the world, but still, it seems like the virus is
Yeah.
still going through the computer and making them sick. So who
Yeah.
knows? Um, all right, Miss Cleo, how about you? What's happening with you? What's new? What's coming up? All that good
Well,
stuff.
first I want to respond to somebody in the chat section. Where is this? I don't know what the name is. Gignat? Anyway, it says, I'm new to this live, and what questions can we ask? For anybody that's new to this, the Golden Girls is generally political. So
Political
you can
or
ask
world event.
any political question on your mind. Now, as far as what I'm doing tomorrow, I'm doing, I believe I'm doing a polyterology with
Yep, tomorrow night.
Colleen the Cool Crone, and that is also political. And then after that, I don't have anything going on until next week. I think that Marina and I are going to be doing a kitchen table issues next
Yes.
Thursday. There we
Yes.
go.
On the 8th.
So that's what I
Yeah.
got going on there. And so anyway,
Cool,
we're
cool.
really looking forward to your political questions because
None
we
of us
don't.
have watched the news.
Yeah, we've been all into Christmas and New Year's and not paying attention to the politics so much because
Yeah,
we
it's
didn't we
like
didn't want to be brought down. But now, I'd love to hear what's going on. Excuse me.
it's back to work.
Back.
Judy, how about you? What's up with you? What's going on? What's new on your channel? Talk to us.
Still recovering from the 4-hour live last night.
Oh.
Oh wow,
Yes.
4 hours.
Yeah, this, like I said, I
Yeah,
bailed
we
on
brought
after
in
about 2.5 hours, so I was like,
West Coast.
I can't. But you made it
you
all
were
the
a
way
trooper,
through to the
Sherry.
end.
You did.
Yeah.
I did all the way through. Yeah. Yeah.
When I get real tired like
I
that,
was on my own at
mind
the
like
last.
goes into the gutter. So I was kind of flipping people out with.
I could tell when you were starting to fade. It was like, yeah, you just need to go to bed.
Yes.
But we're in different time zones. So I started at 8 o'clock Pacific and then went through midnight Pacific. But we brought New Year's in Eastern, Central, Mountain. I'm getting my time zones now. This is good for me. It's been my struggle. Anyway, so through Pacific, and it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. If you guys haven't had a chance to watch it, I understand if you need to take it in bits and pieces, but check it out it's under the live tab on my channel and Judy's Healing Fire. But it was a lot of fun. We had so many people coming and going. It was great. Miss Taro D popped in, and that was
showed us her tits, and so.
You got to watch that. But it was a lot of fun. But anyway, after getting through, really my focus was trying to get through the end of the year, and so now working on still trying to finalize some collabs with some people for January, doing some personal readings. Jackie and I are going to collab, but on the 13th, so that'll be fun. Do a thing together. But other than that, not a lot right now. Just my usual. I do lives on Sundays and member lives on Mondays, and then our Thursday things, and then videos and whatever in between. So that's it.
All right. And as for me, I'm going to be with Nath in the morning at 10 o'clock Central AM, which means I have to get up early enough to put makeup on at that hour. And we're going to do one card 2026 prediction draws for everybody that's in the chat. So if you just say, yeah, I want a card, and we're going to do one card each for a prediction draw for 2026. And so that'll kind of cover any kind of topics. And then polyterology tomorrow night at 6:30 Central. And then the slumber party Saturday night with Bobby, Wild Raven Tarot. And I don't know, I got stuff next week. I'm sure I go back to work. That's all I can think about is I got to go back to work.
Yes.
And
Everything's a blur right now.
cards came in, and hopefully my computer will be up and running correctly by next week. And but other than that, yeah, it's been kind of. I've been taking it easy this week and just trying to get some miscellaneous stuff done since I couldn't do the computer stuff that I wanted to get done.
Yeah.
To get all these recordings done, and yeah, that didn't happen. And my Cajun cousin, Acadian Proud, thank you for your donation and for your Happy New Year wishes. We do appreciate it very, 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 very much.
And Arcadian has a question. The video of Jack Smith's deposition was released. Will the meaning of what he said be lost because of the focus on Epstein? And I've been thinking about this question since I saw it, and I see that it will not. They've got to really pay attention. I have downloaded the whole thing of his briefs that he's put in for that, and I've watched a little tiny bit. I mean, it's really long. It's like 8 hours of Jack Smith.
Yeah.
But, you know, he is bringing up stuff that we wanted it to come up, a long time ago. But then when Trump became president, he couldn't do it. But, he's telling us, look, Trump knew that he lost the 2020 election. Yes. But instead he kept, hanging on to that, to use that as an excuse to do all the illegal things that he did. So no, I think that the Senate is going to be paying attention to this, and other Republicans as well. Well, the Democrats already knew what was going on, but yeah. So yeah, I just, I love it that he finally gets to come out and say, this is what we did. This is how we did it. We followed the rule of law from, the whole way, and that Trump, he lied about so many things, and he's also getting into the documents that he took down to Mar-a-Lago. Yes. And acted like it was okay to do that. It was not. So yeah, this is really, really good. Do you think, the Epstein thing is going to cause Trump a lot of trouble? And then you add to this the stuff that Jack Smith came up with. And I think that they have to pay attention to this stuff. You can't just ignore it and act like, oh, no big deal. No, it is a big deal all the way around.
Big deal. Yeah.
And it'll probably result in criminal charges, because a lot of things he did were out of the scope of his job as president. So there's no immunity for that. Anybody else want to talk about that?
It's going to be interesting. I agree with you. I don't think that it's going to take anything away from the Epstein thing. I think it's only going to add to it. It's going to be, well, on top of that, we got this. And the good news is the Democrats aren't going to let it go, because a lot of Democrats are going to be able to say, told you. There it is, right there. Been trying to get the message out, and here it is. So yeah, I think we know the end is coming for Donald Jessica Trump and his administration. It's just a matter of time. The wheels are starting to come off. Yeah.
Isn't that a shame? Isn't that a
I
shame?
know. I know. Let me clutch my pearls. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes. Well, let's see.
Yeah, he's we've been saying that for a while though. that things are just going to keep piling and piling and piling. It's going to be, you've got Epstein, you've got the Election Truth Alliance with their court cases, you've got Jack Smith, you've got, things are just going to keep piling and piling. It's, here. It's going to keep coming at you, and it's all significant. And the people that want, the Trumpers that want to be in denial are going to stay in denial. They've drank the Kool-Aid. They're not going to change their mind. But the other people that are like, well, but nothing's come out yet. Here you go. Now something's come out. There are some people that will be swayable, and then there's some that just will not. But the rest of us are going to be like, yes, this is it. But yeah, there's a lot of comeuppance coming for the whole regime.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's I'm at the point where it just amazes me that anybody anywhere on the planet can have an attitude of, well, what do you mean he's doing things illegally? It's like you cannot say that and then in the next breath say you have a brain, because you would have to be totally brainless to not, with all of this stuff that is just piling on and piling on and piling on, and his health is getting worse and worse. I saw like a 30-second clip earlier today, and I was like, okay, I can't deal with that. And I had to like literally turn it off. But he looked horrible. Oh my gosh. I was like, what happened? It was like, he didn't look that bad a couple of days ago. And then I saw a clip from, I guess, earlier today or last night, and it was like, yikes.
Well,
who sucked the life force out of him?
Yeah, and he's now got bruising on both hands, and he's really getting irritated that everybody is focusing on that. And if it is what they say it is, I hope that somebody comes out and says more about this treatment for Alzheimer's. And maybe, I don't know how well, it doesn't seem to be working too well for him, but that there is some sort of a treatment with it. And I thought that was encouraging, but he got so irritated that he's getting sick of people asking about the back of his hands and stuff. And,
that's shaking hands. He shakes so many hands in the run of a day.
What does he shake with the left and the right? What is going on?
I don't want to think about what he does with both hands, left or right.
Yes.
I was just going to say, what are we shaking? I'm not sure. What?
Yes.
And just to point out, the running commentary in the chat tonight is, Marina, the hairstyle is fabulous.
Yes,
Marina, your hair is beautiful.
Thank
you. Yes.
One compliment after another as I'm going through the chat. I'm like, yeah, her hair looks fantastic. It's
said it's amazing. It's amazing what a hairbrush will do. Who knew?
Who knew?
But thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Oh my goodness. So
here's another question about the DNC chair refused to release the 24 election audit. Will it be released eventually? I'm not
so. Yes.
Well, I think it should be. But I think it's just another one of those things that they'll try to kind of, with all this other stuff that's going on, take that and kind of shove it under the rug. Because I still think that they're having trouble coming out with something on paper, something in black and white. They know what happened, but I don't think that they have the actual ballots and proof of that way, because I think that information has been destroyed by Musk. I think it's just not there anymore. It was in the satellites, and then he just a bunch of those satellites just suddenly came down.
Amazing.
Don't exist. Yeah.
You think we were Russian oligarchs?
God say no.
Well, I don't know. I pulled communist country.
Yeah, my God say no.
And then I got unwavering stance. So yeah, they're I know Election Truth Alliance has filed some more
Yes.
Request for information. I believe they're taking somebody else to court to get to get just the raw data put out so that they can then put it through the whatever it is that they do to get the results to show that, because so far they're seeing not as drastic of results as they did in the election in 24, but they're still seeing it. I mean, the big Tennessee election that just happened, and there was a couple of counties that they had more votes than they had registered voters. And so they're still waiting for people to explain, well, how does that work? It's like, yeah, that math ain't math. It's,
Really?
you can't claim 300,000 votes when you only have 200,000 registered to vote. So, and you only have 200 and maybe 25,000 people that live in that county. So it's like, okay, y'all are getting ridiculous with it now. So,
And at this point, even if the DNC were to come out with all that information, it's not going to make a hill of beans to anyone, because the for those that are diehard Trump supporters, they're not going to believe it. They're going to say, "Oh, yeah, fake news, fake news." For the people who know what actually happened, we don't need to see the proof. And why give the Republicans yet another talking point? Because that's what they would do with it is, oh, well, let me tell you what happened. And they did this. No,
yeah.
no, you just let it go. Just let it go. Yeah.
It's I think it's
Well,
important
they need to come up with some answers.
It's important for people to realize that
Yeah,
their votes are basically getting stolen away from them, or things are being manipulated to the point that it basically null and voids their vote. So I personally, I've always felt like going back into the 70s, early 80s when Reagan got into office, and everybody just started getting this mindset of, oh, well, everything's under control. We don't have to worry about the government anymore because they got it. And everyone checked out. And that's when weird crap started happening. And so it's, if you want a democracy, then you have to actually participate.
Yes.
In a democracy, it doesn't run by itself.
And if you don't, then be aware and be comfortable with the idea that someone other than you is going to be determining your future and your children's future. So don't get up and complain. Well,
we have another issue with the post office. I don't know if you guys heard too, is that F45 has made changes of, it used to be when you drop off your mail, whether it was a bill or whether it's a ballot, if it was postmarked, it was postmarked on the day that you dropped it off. And now they've changed their process to where it's going to go to a sorting center. It may not be postmarked for another 2 or 3 days. And so now, of course, that runs into the election thing. Well, if you do a mail-in ballot and you're in a state that goes by the postmark, sending it the day of election is not good enough. So whenever they get around to postmarking it, could be a couple of days, could be a couple of weeks. We don't know. And so when it comes time for elections and your ballot is not counted until a month later or 2 weeks later or 3 days later even, then,
the deadline.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Right. So he's doing that he's been working on that since his first administration when they wiped and they took out all the sorting machines and all of that. So it's been his project since day one.
Oh yeah, the post office they've officially changed brand new equipment. Yeah, the post office had just gotten brand new equipment across the country. These major sorting machines, it would like sort hundreds of thousands of envelopes within seconds, and the first thing that happened when he took office
Just not
last time,
doing
they took all the equipment
Yes.
out and literally destroyed it.
Yes.
They
Wow.
had like bashing parties where they would have employees would have to
Yep.
take like sledgehammers to hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like it's bad
Yeah,
enough
they did that in
to
the first
pull the
administration.
equipment out, but yeah, so it's just crazy. Let me see.
Okay, so there's a question over here that says, Sweet Millicent Carbuncle says, my only political question is why does Trump get carte blanche over the rest of us? And this is so easy to answer. I just thought we'd throw it out there right away. Thank you to the Supreme Court for giving him this broad immunity so he can do anything he wants. But if you think back to when he was the first time he did this, he still did the same thing.
Yeah,
And it's because he wants to be a
Blackmail.
dictator, not a president. He doesn't want to help the people. He wants to help himself. And
Yeah.
he wants to cover all his tracks. And his main focus on becoming president was to cover up all the illegal stuff that he's been through. 34 felonies. It's just amazing to me that the people in this country voted for him to the point of putting him back in the office. He's a convicted felon. But yeah, he gets away with it because he has control over the Supreme Court, and they are going to do whatever he wants them to do. I am hearing hints that the Supreme Court is starting to back off a little bit and starting to do things more normally. We'll just have to wait and see. But that's the answer to that question.
Yes.
Well, and when it comes to the Supreme
And
Court,
blackmail.
I
Blackmail.
believe that
Yes, that's
the
another
reason
one.
why they're starting to push back is they're starting to realize that they've cut off their nose to spite their face.
Absolutely.
Now it's starting to come back on them. Things that they're wanting to get done is it all of a sudden you've got him saying, no, I don't like that idea, and just
Yep.
and I think that a lot of them are starting to realize that the legacy they thought they were going to leave behind is thoroughly tarnished and trashed from what they have decided to give to him. And it still blows my
Something
mind
else
that
that's gonna get understood.
yeah, I mean, it still blows my mind that there are people who quite literally think that he can do no wrong. I mean, it's like,
But
okay,
it's changing. It's changing a little bit. There's a lot of
Here's what's
people
going to
now-
get the megas, though, is that we all know that girls were raped and trafficked. There were boys too, and when the megas, for whatever reason throughout history, it's okay if girls are raped, but when there's boys, then they stand up and take notice. So when proof comes out that there are boys that were abused and were raped and were trafficked, that's going to get their attention.
Wow.
this is true.
So-
A lot of people didn't know that there was also young boys, young men that were being treated the same way as the young ladies.
And when they find bodies.
yeah. So
And then remember too that the Supreme Court, I'm sure that none of them are blind to the fact that the world has turned and is every day turning against Trump and what he stands for, and that people are getting angry. And I'm sure that somewhere in the background they're hearing the soundtrack of Les Miserables. And who are the people going to come for when it comes time to start pointing fingers and the revolution is here? They're going to go for the easy pickings, right? And it's going to be the Supreme Court. So yeah, they're
Yeah,
scared.
and
Should be.
Well, some of the Supreme Court are also guilty of Epstein too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm quite sure there's several
they have a
names that are
state.
on those lists that they're trying to get redacted. And the one thing I'm very appreciative with the Epstein family estate is that they keep doing these dumps to the press
Yeah.
of the Epstein files that they all have copies of, and there ain't nothing redacted on any of them. They're giving you, boom, here's all of it. And so
Yeah.
it makes it a lot harder for the Republican Party to kind of sweep it under the rug as to whose name was supposedly on the list. And I know they were all trying to push this thing last week about, oh, well, Bill Clinton was here and Bill Clinton did this and Bill Clinton did that. And
Show us.
Bill Clinton went to the press and said, show it. What, I have nothing to hide. I didn't do anything wrong. Did I meet with the guy a few times? Sure. Did I take flights on his jet? Absolutely. I'm not stupid if somebody offers me a free flight across the country or whatever, because he had his foundation that he was busy running and stuff. And what a lot of people don't seem to want to understand, and this is the same true with P. Diddy and all of them as well, is you have those that are in the corrupt part of that grouping that tend to be very secretive, but at the same time, you have the ringleaders, Epstein and Ghislaine and whatnot, who had these big lavish parties and they would invite everybody so that they could get legitimate pictures of legitimate celebrities, political leaders, whatever, to get pictures with them and then be able to turn around and say, well, we have pictures of Senator so and so that was there, and the former president was riding on his plane and stuff, but it wasn't
If it is
necessarily
true,
the same thing. Yeah.
if it is true what they are trying to get us to believe, that it's Democrats, the files are full of Democrats, nothing but Democrats. Good. Show us who they are. Don't tell us it's Democrats.
Yeah,
Show
we'll
us
take
who
them
they
out
are.
too.
Yes, and we'll take them out too. Yeah. So
That's
Well, if that was the
between
truth, they
Democrats
would have
and
had all that
Republicans.
stuff plastered
Democrats
everywhere.
take them all out.
yes.
Republicans want to, blame it on other people and do the deflection and do the gaslighting.
Yeah.
And Democrats are like, great, if they're on there, I don't care who they are, take them all out.
That's
Yeah.
I don't care
because
how they identify, take them all out.
What they're not talking about is that a lot of these people that met with Epstein did it for financial stuff. That's what Epstein's thing was.
Yes.
Is how to make money and where to put your money and probably
Financier.
yeah, and probably a lot of it was a little bit shady.
Blackmail.
So, well, maybe illegal
You think?
ways to
Yes.
maybe illegal ways to protect your money. So yeah, that's why do you think Bill Gates? Look at Bill Gates. Come on, do you think he's looking around like, ooh yeah, young girls? No, he's not. He's looking around to figure out how to make the most money he can.
Yeah.
But Bill Clinton said, "Hey, go for it. No, don't make excuses for me. I want to be as transparent as possible. Let's get it all out." So he's not
Exactly.
afraid of it at all because they know what they did and what they didn't do. And they don't, I think a lot of them had no idea. Bill Gates again had no idea what was going on behind the scenes and that this was a big,
Exactly.
they just didn't know. They just aren't even thinking in those terms. So yes, they've got years and years, thousands and thousands. It's like, why in the hell did Epstein make sure every single person that ever stepped onto his island or into one of his parties was photographed?
Yes.
Because he could use that information against them. When he finds out how much money they have, what they're trying to do with their money, he's helping them with all their finances. things
Yes.
don't quite go right, he can always go, oh, by the way, do you remember when you were with this young lady down at the island or whatever? You know, that's got to be it, because who takes that many pictures? It just, I'm talking about thousands and thousands and millions of pages of documents. So yeah, Epstein was trying to cover for himself as well. That, you know, there was so much illegal stuff going on, but it's this disgusting um use of young, not only that, young
Yes.
women, underage women, and all these rapes and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, this is just horrible. So yeah, you know, most Democrats, including Bill, and we know Bill has a penchant for kind of stepping outside the line of marriage. And
Yes, but not with little girls.
oh, not never,
You know,
never.
I
And
was
it's
going
like,
to say
yeah.
Hillary may have put up with his
Yes.
Philandering.
infidelities,
Yeah.
but his philandering, whatever. But I think if he had been diddling little girls, she would have put a halt to that quick. I mean,
Oh, she would have got divorced.
Yes.
she'd have done
Dropped
more
him
than
like
that.
a bad habit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She strikes me as the kind of woman who would have pulled a bobbit. You know, I mean,
Yes.
she would have been done with that. So that's just my personal opinion, how I read her. But yeah, I mean, it's, and that's, I was trying to explain that to my very Republican cousin. Um, you know, you get these really horrific people who do these horrific things. And if they can get into the right circles, well, then they're going to have these big parties where those folks show up because it's a fundraiser or it's for this cause or for that cause. And so they walk around and they get all of these pictures because the press is there, but it's a legitimate thing. It's not that inner corrupted group that's doing all the naughty in the background.
Yeah.
And so there was a time when we had a press that actually did their job as journalists and would figure out what was fluff and what was the real stuff. So I'm, like I said, I'm just saying, if Bill was
There was
going
a
after
lot of
little
reason.
girls,
A lot of reason for those people to be there besides just the perversion and
Yes.
the whole thing there with, it's just disgusting. Okay, another question. Somebody asked, Rich Lean Spiritual Bird says, my question is, I saw that Trump is going to pass away early January. Thank you, ladies. Well, I got to tell you, we had nothing to do with it, but
Yes. Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people that think that. Personally, I do not think that. But I know that there's others that do, and everybody's got a right to their opinion. Part of me wants him to not pass away because I want to see this jerk pay the price. I want him
right?
to see what that he cannot get away with all of this stuff and then suddenly die. And he's kind of implied, he kind of thinks he might be passing away. He's kind of worried about
Yes.
getting into heaven. And I'm thinking, oh, suddenly you believe? He just, I don't think he is going to pass away.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Well, he will eventually.
Trump going to pass away in January 2026. I get a big time no on that. What about in February 2026? Still get a no on that. March of 2026? Still get a no on that. Okay, so first quarter, he's okay.
I don't think he's going to pass
anywhere.
away, but I think he might fall into some problems with his health. I mean, big time problems with his health.
Yeah, he certainly,
But not
he is
pass
going
away.
to need to leave the office. Let's put it that way. I don't think that he is going to be president. And that is, over the next 3 months, I think there's going to be lots and lots of changes. And the reading that I did earlier in the week on Taco Tuesdays with David and Gary was that we were all getting that he's going to go on a political mission somewhere, and he's just not going to come back. And that's because he knows that what's waiting for him is accountability. That's number one. Number two, he's losing his marbles by the minute.
Well, and the jig is up. The jig is up. Everybody's seeing what's been going on, what's been happening here.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they do notice a complete I mean, it's just in your face decline of President Trump. I mean, he's incoherent. He rambles on about, that's putting it lightly. Yes, it is. But yes, he just, he's not making any sense when he talks sometimes, or maybe all the time. It's so obvious to everybody. And so many people are coming out and talking about this. And hopefully he sticks around. And I hope he still has a little bit of his mind left so he can understand you did some really bad, terrible, illegal things, and you should pay for it, but you might get away with it because now you're too sick to do anything about it. But hopefully it doesn't even come to that. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I think he's going to be around. But he's going to be sick. Well, he's probably already pretty sick.
I know when I read on it the other day, and I kept getting that he's, how to put it, at one time I saw him packing up and running and getting out of the country, trying to go run and hide somewhere else where they don't have extradition laws. But part of me now feels like I keep getting like he's already missed his go point. It's like he's gone beyond the point of being able to just pick up and go. Because as more and more stuff comes out, you've got other countries, extradition rights or not, that are like, yeah, we don't want them over here. we got enough problems as it is. Yeah. So, it feels like he's kind of overshot his escape route
because they have the deals with Jared.
Yeah,
they can hide him away in a room full of little girls, and
exactly give him a coloring book. Yeah, let him do his thing. They've already gotten out of him basically what they can get out of him, and at this point. He doesn't have really anything to offer to any other countries. So it's not like, there's secrets he can share. He doesn't know what he had for breakfast. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything to bargain with. However, what the other countries can do, like Saudi Arabia, that might take him in, is to say, we have physical possession of your president. And there are things that the president wants to say about certain people. So it's going to require X number of dollars or this kind of military equipment or this kind of that for us to keep him here and keep him entertained so that he doesn't do that. That's, I think, where his value has been diminished to, that he doesn't have anything to trade except his body. And even that,
there's going to be more people than not that is going to say, hey, you got him? You can keep him. We don't need him over here.
Well, and also he is already, him and his sons have put in billions of dollars into these other countries for hotels and, stuff to make money with. So he's already set up in other countries. It'd be no big deal to him. to leave here and go somewhere else because, I've heard that over and over again that that's what he's going to do. It certainly feels like that is a good way out. Um,
Mhm.
to put it, they're talking right now about putting him in prison for some of these things,
Mhm.
and I know he thinks he's totally immune. He thinks that the Supreme Court cut the path for him to just get away with everything, and he doesn't have to worry about it.
Mhm.
He does. These are things that did not have anything to do with running the country, and also, and he's just, all this stuff he's doing so fast, so fast, so fast. That's just, he's just so trying to destroy the country as quickly as possible because he knows. He knows the jig is coming up. He knows that he's going to be in trouble. And so he's doing what he can to just keep doing it. But now, see, even the Republicans are getting a little bit nervous about this, that he is so unhinged. And so it's just like whatever pops into his mind, he does it that day, Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna make marijuana less of a problem. And I'm thinking you're only doing that because you're thinking that people that smoke marijuana will suddenly go to your side thinking that you've done something. No, they won't.
Yeah.
But I hope he does do that. He had a practical idea about it that marijuana could now be researched for other things. I think that is really important that they do that. I do think that marijuana can be very, very helpful in the medical field of different things that they can get from it. And so Trump makes it look good there. But that's just one little tiny thing. That doesn't help all the people that are trying to feed their kids, keep a roof over their head. All these tariffs are costing so much
Mhm.
money. And I've been trying to figure out there's a bunch of companies, and one of them being Costco, that's suing him because of the tariffs. They want their money back.
Yes.
And I don't know where they're at with that, but I just thought that was very interesting for that to come up because they're basically saying what you did with the tariffs was illegal and we are all paying for it. And then you're looking around like, oh, we got trillions of dollars in reserve now and we can pay off the debt. No, that's not what you're doing with it. So
Yeah.
please, the people in this country are
Well,
paying for that.
Yeah.
the
And
Costco thing came about because there was a deadline, and there was a general lawsuit from a lot of the companies to sue and say, hey, we're having to put up our end of the deal. You told us we were going to get reimbursed. But Costco stepped forward with their own because they said, even if the general lawsuit goes through, we're not if that goes through, we won't get all the money we're owed. So we're putting in our own lawsuit before the deadline to make sure we get our full reimbursement. That's where that came from.
Oh,
There is a
okay. All
general
right.
lawsuit, but will they ever get their money? Probably not. That's long gone.
yeah, exactly.
It's already in
And I
Saudi
think-
Arabia.
Yeah. And I think to your point, Cleo, is, wanting to hold him accountable or hoping that somewhere he's going to see the light is expecting way too much out of someone with his mental capacity and his IQ. Entertainment purposes only, what do I
You
know?
won't.
But he is we're looking at it from our perspective in terms of us having a conscience, us having, a moral compass or someplace where we can bounce our humanity off of. And it makes us feel uncomfortable when we see things that are cruel, just simply for the sake of cruelty. Excuse me. Trump is not like that. Trump doesn't give a darn about anybody but Trump. He is always going to look after himself. So,
absolutely.
in that way, I think that the idea of wanting to hold him accountable is never going to work because he's never going to admit that he did anything wrong.
That's true.
he's above it all. It was somebody else. It was this, it was that. So the idea of having him recognize that he is a cruel person isn't going to get us nearly as far as letting his mind do the cruelty. Where, you know, he lives in a fantasy world that nobody can reach him, but then that means he can't reach anyone else. And that might be,
He's going to spend a lot more time with a lot more.
yeah. I don't care what takes him out as long as he's gone.
Thank you. That's kind of where I'm at.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever you need to do.
You don't have to leave that. Just leave.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
The only thing that worries me is that the Maybelline Queen is not as idiotic as the current occupant is. And so it worries me about how much
power
he can do once he's allowed to step into that position for however long it may last. The damage that he can do, because he does have control of his facilities to some degree, is he can do a lot of damage to this country. I mean, on top of all the damage that's already been done, just because Trump just gets something in his head, has a temper tantrum, and makes it so. You know, it's like we fought the Revolutionary War over the Mad King. So,
yeah, J.D. Vance is controlled by other people. He will do exactly what he's told by other people.
2025, those people, they're controlling this whole show.
Yeah, Peter Thiel and the Heritage Foundation and all of those.
Yeah.
You know, they're the ones that placed him for this election, was to have their guy be there, because I think that was always the goal to begin with, is to get rid of the current occupant, but do it in such a way that it's not going to blow back on Vance. Yeah, I don't see that happening. But
well, I got a feeling there's so many illegalities from the Trump administration that I don't see how. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. As far as Vance taking over, like, he could be there for a minute, but not much longer, because he is just as corrupt. He has backed up Trump the whole way. There are so many Republicans that are going to be in trouble, but it's going to take longer for them to actually see the trouble. They actually, you know, because they're going to be backstepping and trying to get out of this mess, because they're just, at this point, they're just convinced that you can't do anything to Trump, and so they just do what they're supposed to do to make Trump happy, to keep their own positions, to keep the threats away from their family, and that's how they're going to continue to do it. But in the end, Vance and the others won't be in control of things like that.
No.
Somebody else will. I don't know who. I've heard possibly a group of people will be in control for a little bit until we get things straightened out. But, you know, it's all going to take time. But I still want Trump to be around so that the people can see, so that these mega people and these other Republicans can see, look what you've done. Look what you have done. You've nearly destroyed the United States of America. And it was because of you backing up a very sick person. Whether you're sick or not, you know, somebody that claims to be a dictator because you're afraid of him for whatever reason, that's not a good excuse. And, you know, it's going to be a really powerful thing when it finally comes down. And I think we're going to see that happening 2026, this year.
Yeah.
Or at least the groundwork and the ground cells.
We won't
where these items are going to start.
Politics.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, the ending is going to be amazing, and it's going to be very, very interesting. And it's just a matter of being prepared to watch as these things happen and go, huh, interesting. So apparently, yeah, JD, Marie Antoinette would like to have a conversation with you. Yeah.
But it's like let's say that Trump disappeared from not dead, but just was removed tomorrow. It's going to take a long time to put everything back together. This is not going to be a thing like he's gone and now a bunch of other people are gone. We'll put somebody new in and this is all going to be fixed. No, we're still going to suffer. We're still going to pay more than we're supposed to.
Simple.
We're still, it's going to take a while to even if the tariffs were to change tomorrow, it takes time to get to the point where we get back on our feet again economically. I mean, it's just everything.
No,
everything.
The world trust you again. Yes.
Yeah. The world would just be like, you guys not only did this once, but you did it twice. And now just because you've changed your mind and you've gotten somebody else doing the talking, you think it's going to change what is going on? No, I mean, it has hurt a lot of people across the world, let alone in our country. The loss of jobs, the loss of income, the inability to keep a roof over your head, the cost of food, the cost of daycare, the cost of everything, the cost of a new car. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. A lot of people that thought they might be buying a house right now can't do it. But some of the people that have money in the first place, somehow, some way, they just keep making more and more money. And it's just, it's because that's the way Trump made it work for them. But,
exactly.
If you're not real wealthy, and I'm talking like millionaires and billionaires, then you're in the same bracket as everybody else. And the whole purpose of this is to bring the entire population down to a level where we couldn't complain anymore. He doesn't want us to complain about him.
Yeah.
And if you can bring everybody down to their knees and they're saying, well, if I complain, it's even going to get worse for me. You stop complaining. And that's really, he wants total control. He wants to be the dictator. He's just working up to that. But he's also got this thing about doing everything as fast as possible. And I don't know if that's the 2025, Project 2025 in the works, or if it's just him trying to beat the deadline of maybe, maybe he realizes he's like losing his mind and, losing his intelligence. And so he's just doing everything he can.
Yeah.
Well, it was supposed to happen all in the first term, and then COVID happened and a hiccup of it, and then he expected to get elected again and just complete what was happening, and obviously that didn't happen. And so now they're trying to make up ground where they lost and realize that their time is limited because they know this guy is about ready to take a dirt nap. And they've got limited time because he's the one with blackmail on everybody. That's why he's sitting behind that desk. He's got the blackmail. He was buddies with Epstein. They were business partners. So that's how they found their girls. It happened through Marvel too. And so he's the one that's got blackmail on everybody. That's the reason why he's got power. Once JD gets in there, he doesn't have power over anybody. No. He's an idiot.
Exactly.
And so is, F-45. But nobody likes JD. JD has no blackmail on anybody. He has no power. They're just going to be like, whatever, and he won't be able to bully anybody around. So his tactic is going to be narcissistic, and that he's going to try to love bomb everybody and go, oh, that one took a dirt nap. I'm not him. You can love me. Yeah. It's all good. He's going to try to blow you over with that nonsense and try to make everybody, like him. But nobody likes him, and it's not going to work. And then more information is still going to come out.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah,
also got to
right.
deal with all
him
the
and
stuff.
Erica are going to be.
Yes.
He's also got to deal with all the stuff that's coming up from Jack Smith. This is a complete nightmare for Trump because he based everything on the, that he had been, that the election was rigged and this, and he, coming after all these people, his revenge thing, it's just craziness, but that's what he has done. And what Jack Smith has is he's got positive proof and he's presenting it to Congress. He's showing these people this is exactly what happened. Trump right now, he's really concerned, not only as the Epstein thing snowballed into like a nuclear bomb for him, now that Jack Smith, he was going to run Jack Smith out of the country. And he was just so worried about what Jack Smith might come up with. Well, Jack Smith said, I'll be glad to talk about it. He did want it to be an open, well, and it is sort of open because you can get the transcripts and stuff online. But yes, now he's got this other problem. How does he justify every single thing that he's done out of revenge when we all know it was BS? And we know it's BS for fact because of Jack Smith.
Exactly. So Sherry, you look like you are fading.
I am fading fast. I am. I'm fighting it. And we're going over our hour.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap it up here. And I am just like, I'm fighting to keep my eyes open. I am going to bed. It's what I'm gonna do.
Too many shows in a day. Too many shows.
Just too much in the last several days of things back to back to back. It is like I haven't had time to catch up on my sleep yet. So it's making me catch up.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, ladies, for coming and hanging out with us tonight. And thank you, everyone in chat. It was some really good conversations. I just couldn't get my brain to formulate a response to anything. It was like it would kind of, the thought would flit through and then it would be gone. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
Hopefully by tomorrow night, I'll be up and ready to speed for polyterology.
Yes.
I'll actually know what the hell I'm talking about. And so that will help. And Happy New Year to everybody. Brand new year, brand new day. Yay.
And thank you guys, for all your questions because it kind of kept the discussion going.
Questions. Yeah. Absolutely. All right,
You
guys.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New
Bye
Year.
for now.